Hello everyone, it's Erin from EB_mixed media, and I'm here again today working in the Kraft journal. I've got a blank page here, and it's got some muck on it, probably gesso from a previous lesson. So I have, what I have is a lot in my stash, and I was thinking, I found a couple of these, and these were little assemblages that I put together, and I think it was during a Wanderlust lesson last year maybe. But it's just taking your paper scraps and assembling them together in a formation of some sort that you can then use later in your journal. And I never really liked this one, so I thought that would be a nice challenge to see if I can do something with it. But I think it's a nice size for this page. So I'm going to try and make that work. I also found this paper, which was gifted to me in Happy Mail. And so I'm going to start with that, I think. So let's do it. I cannot believe we're already in October. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have no idea what happened to September. I said the same thing about August too. Is it just that as you age, time just goes so much faster? All right, that's done. I've got some paint over here in my palette. I'm gonna play a little bit with my fingers. What do I have? I've got some gesso. This is just Liquitex gesso. I've got another Liquitex basic acrylic in bright aqua green. This is my favorite golden fluid acrylic quinacridone yellow nickel azo gold. This is another high fluid acrylic from Golden, and I think it's like green gold. I honestly don't know what it's called. That's that one. Another cool color. This is a Kraft paint. It is Golden Sunset from Apple Barrel. And this is another Kraft paint from Apple Barrel called Khaki. I don't know if I'll use them all, but I thought they kind of fit the color scheme. So I was going to go across with just some gesso because I got to tie in the mess I made while I was working on another page. I've got some down here too that I just need to kind of have make sense. And gosh, it looks like there's some crazy red over there, which is kind of not something that I want. But okay, that looks all right. I love how it kind of looks like an old wall, the paint coming off, maybe plaster. I think that looks neat. All right, moving on. Now what? I guess I'll put a little color in. I guess the question is what color. I kind of want to keep this a little muted. So let's mix up some of the khaki with the gesso and kind of blend that. Maybe because this is more of a cream, I don't want the white so much as I want cream. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just see. I don't know. I liked the look of the palette knife and as opposed to my swirly fingers, so maybe I should bring the palette knife back. Yeah. I do like the scrapey marks that the palette knife makes. Is that an artist term? Scrapey marks? It is now, I guess. That's cool. That's cool. I like it. I don't think I'm gonna have to do a lot to this page if I put this assemblage in here. Now what? Now what? You know I love this stuff. My nickel azo gold. Can I just maybe do some splatters with this. Oh, that's kind of cool. White's bugging me right there. It's too much white. Gosh, I don't know, folks, if I'm gonna have to do too much more. Let me dry this and I'll be back. Okay, so this is feeling kind of antique-y, you know, old. This feels more modern to me, and I think it's because the colors and the shape is sort of a retro mid-century modern shape. So I'm struggling a bit with that. So I'm thinking that I've got this stamp that's an alphabet letter stamp that is a little more, you know, it's kind of like graffiti or whatever. So it's a little more modern, a little more grungy. So rather than have this be kind of old-fashioned, oldie-timey antique, maybe we can make it look a little more like a graffitied wall, which could be a little more modern. So rather than do black, though, I kind of like the idea of tone on tone, so I'm going with my Ranger Archival ink in leaf green, and we will see what happens with that. I don't know. Let's find out. I think I've said this before, but I find so much about art journaling is just sort of saying to yourself, what if, or let's just see what happens. I got that just slightly crooked. I don't know if that matters, but I kind of like it. I don't even know if you'll see that. Yeah, I think that gives sort of a nice, you know, just added something there that I think we needed. The other thing I'm thinking of is this is very dark, and I feel like it needs a dark counterbalance here to sort of give weight to this page. I mean, I could, I guess, you know, oh, wait a minute. I could do something like that, but then I would almost feel like I have to have a counterbalance up there, or even there. I kind of like that too. So I think what I'm going to do is put some black down here. And I think I'm just going to do some mark making. I've got this black Posca pen, and it's a chisel shape. So it's a really thick, chunky shape. And let's see. And I'm just going to make some marks across the page here in a line. And I think I'm going to stay in a line. Marker. Yeah, either way, I think that kind of works. I like giving some three-dimensionality to these kind of marks, and it also sort of cleans up the rough edges a little bit just by outlining the sides. So it almost, you know, it makes it a little bit three-dimensional. Do you know what? I might get through this piece without using gold. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? I don't know. There's a challenge. Let's see. Since I'm doing the white here, which just for some reason made sense to me, I just reached for the white without really thinking about it. I'll be curious to see if I have to put gold in here. All right, so the next question is this, and do we like it? Oh gosh, just set my hand in my paint. Surprise, surprise. Don't like that. I'll take that off. Okay, I'm gonna glue it down. I'm not gonna dilly-dally, I'm not gonna keep thinking about it. We're just doing it. Like I said, this assemblage, which I discovered, I don't know how to say that word. I was saying assemblage, but I don't think that's correct. Anyway, this little thing, cluster, paper cluster, maybe that's what I'll start calling them, that I can pronounce that, is not one of my favorites. I don't really like it. But I thought it would be a really neat challenge to try and make it into something I like, or put it in a piece and make it work. That's kind of what my goal was in this, and challenging myself to, see, that's weird. Let me rip that. Can I rip that while it's still halfway glued down? That's better. Yeah, we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make something. It'll be something, all right. Scissors. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a really loud bird somewhere outside. We live kind of in the woods. I mean, we're not out in the middle of nowhere, but we're on a very wooded lot, and we get a lot of birds. A lot of noises out there. A lot of turkeys, hawks, owls occasionally. All right, so now I'm thinking about focal points. And I've got some florals. And I really kind of like the contrast. Oh, there's the gold, so I didn't make it through without using gold, did I? I like that contrast there. This blue pulls in the kind of blues that are here. So I like that. And this is just a more muted version of that one. I like having threes. Maybe we'll go down and take that off the page a little. Maybe. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep this quick, simple, and move on to something else fun. Not get hung up. It's just paper. It's just a page in a journal. There's always another journal and another journal page. It doesn't have to be your masterpiece, right? And I used something in my stash. Several things in my stash. Yes? Or did I have it going this way? I think I kind of like it following that line. All right. My hands are always so dirty that I wreck my focal points, because I'll push down and there's glue and gesso and paint, and I'll smear it all over my focal point. So this little trick where you put down a piece of deli paper or wax paper that won't stick, but it allows you to press down and without ruining your focal point. I was thinking, do I need a sentiment? But I kind of don't think I do. There's a lot going on, right? This just doesn't want to stick. This is a heavier piece of paper. It's watercolor paper, I think. day. All right. There you go. I gotta say, I don't hate it, and I kind of like it. And it came together so fast because I had done all those, the fodder cluster, the cluster of papers, and the actual floral fodder. All that had been done in advance. So it's really just kind of pulling it all together, and it makes for a quick page, which can often be fun if you don't have a lot of time. So that's my page today. Thanks for joining me. You can find me at EB_mixed media on Instagram, and I'm glad you stopped by. Have a great day. Bye.